All right, there's two ways to do this problem. You can multiply these first. That's this way, where I go 10 times 40 is 400, x squared times x is x cubed, y times y to the third is y to the fourth. Then I do the square root of 400 is 20, so I pull that out. Then remember, I've got an understood 2 there, so 2 times what comes close to x without going over? X to the first. But I still have an x underneath because that doesn't come out whole. 2 times what gives me the 4? 2 times 2, and that comes out to 4. So I've got this on the outside. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to try and reduce first. So the only thing I can do on this first one is I can pull out the x, right? Okay, because I have 2 times x to the second. So I can go x times the square root of 10y. Okay, that's all I can do to the first one. Then I look at the second one and I go, well, I got a 40 there, and I'm about to show you something else that you can do, okay, that we haven't hit yet. What can I multiply together to get 40? 4 and 10. And I can take the square root of 4, okay? So I can look at this as the square root of 4 times the square root of 10 times the square root of x times the square root of x cubed, right? What's the square root of 4? 2. Okay, so I've done that. I can't take the square root of 10, still leaving that underneath the square root. I can't take the square root of x, still leaving that underneath the square root. Can I take the square root of y cubed? 2 times what comes close to 3 without going over? 1. So I pull out the y to the first, but I still have a y underneath, right? Okay, now I am multiplying that. This is the first part of the problem, remember? Okay, so I look here and I go, oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, so on the outside I have 2xy. Underneath I have 100xy squared. What's the square root of 100? 10. 10 times 2 is 20. The only other thing I can do is my y squared. What's the square root of y squared? Y. So then I have x, y squared, which is the exact same thing, a little bit harder technique. Okay, probably easier on this one to multiply first. Okay, now let's do one that the numbers don't come out at all. All right, look at this particular one. The cube root of 54, a to the third, b to the seventh. Okay, 54. Okay, can I take the cube root of 54? Can you? What is it? Try it. Try taking the cube root of 54 and tell me what it is. And if it's a decimal, forget it. It's a decimal. Okay, so I can't do it that way. So then what I do is I say, is there anything I can what can I multiply together to get 54? So then I come over here, what I'm really looking for is 2 cubed is going to give me 8. 3 cubed is going to give me 27. What's 27 times 2? 54. So what I need to do is look at this as 27 times 2 times a cubed times b to the 7th. What's the cube root of 27? 3. Okay, so the 3 comes outside and I'm done with the 27. Can I do anything with the 2? So I got to leave it underneath there. Okay, so I'm working both outside and underneath. Can I take the cube root of a cubed? What is it? Just a. Okay, so that's done and that's done because I put that there. Okay, cube root of b to the 7th.
B squared.
Okay, b squared comes out because 3 times 2 gives me a 6. But then I still have a b left over, so that b still has to stay underneath. Okay? Does that make sense? This right here, you can look at it as, and some people, I just wouldn't wanna do it this way every time. Okay, I can look at that is b to the sixth times the square root of b. Okay, and remember those are both, they're not square roots, they're cube roots. And this one comes out even, which gives me the b squared. This one doesn't, so it stays underneath. I don't think I would want to go to the headache of doing that every time, so I do it in my head. Okay, we're going to stop there. Okay, I'm just going to give you a few problems off of the second section. We didn't finish the whole second section, but I think you got enough going on in your head right now. Okay, so your homework. On page 285, I want you to do 20 through 58 even. Now all of these are going to come out where the variables comes out whole, okay? Now, you might have to use your calculator for some of the numbers. And then on this second section, on page 293, I want you to do, it's going to sound weird because we didn't get this whole section done, so it's going to be haphazard here. All right. And then we'll pick up on Tuesday with the rest of that section.